signal?
You can start.
Okay, I got the signal. Well, here we are at another episode of Alive on South Beach. I'm Stuart Stewart.
I'm Dina Stewart.
And this is a show that has a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and some very interesting people who talk about what they do.
During our travels this week, we happened to run into a group of artists who were putting together an event called Sketchy Miami. Their intent was to get as many sketches of Miami residents as possible. So of course, as an artist, I took part. I submitted a sketch that I had done of who else? Stewart.
Well, to our surprise, when we got to the event, it seemed that a lot of people liked that sketch and started making sketches of the sketch.
And so we had more than one sketch of Stewart.
I'm standing with Jeff Campbell, who's one of the originators of Sketchy Miami, a really great event that we're at tonight, and it's all about making sketches of everybody in Miami.
Yes, everybody in Miami. Every single person, if it were possible. It's a pretty lofty goal, but we'll try.
Well, you never know. You start with one, and one leads to another, and before you know it, you got a lot of pictures. They all look alike.
It's true.
Another great event that we went to this week was the Miami Beach Chamber of Commerce's in-card event at Parrot Jungle.
This is Wendy Unger, and she's with the Miami Beach Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you. The in-card was devised as an economic stimulus program at the time when the economy sort of fell on its bottom. So we created a discount card, we put it online, and we offered free advertising to the vendors through the chamber. And the only caveat was that in order to provide a discount, you had to be a chamber member. And that was it. And the card was provided free as a joint project of the city and the chamber to any resident of Miami Beach. And we also had a card that we offered to visitors of Miami Beach from anywhere.
And tell me your name.
Ceci Velasco, Miami Beach Chamber of Commerce.
And what are you doing?
Getting my hair done from the best place, D&Co.
The in-card. We do a special in-card special, a $49 dry massage. Amazing work and a great deal.
Come on down. Jose, we have a winner. Best Buy. Come on down. He actually has 2 nights. He can spend 1 night with his wife, and he's available for the 2nd night. Another hotel stay, but Stuart can't win this one. He's already spoken for 2 nights.
Her name is Cavalli. And is she married?
No, she's single.
She's single. If anybody out there wants to have a different kind of mate. And you can find her at Jungle Island, which is one of the best tourist attractions right off of Miami Beach. This week, the Bass Museum had an exhibit celebrating the Stonewall riots, a linchpin that unified and activated the gay community to become proactive and fight for their human rights. was just coming out as we were going in. So tell me, what did you think of the event tonight?
Well, you know, first of all, I mean, I'm looking around and I say, how many of these people were not even born yet in 1969? You know, when Stonewall happened. And,
Yeah.
But you know, it's great that we have this going on at the beach here, and you know, celebration and you know, education and memory.
I'm standing with Steve Rothaus, who's the gay issues reporter for the Miami Herald. What could you say to America right now to say, you know, this is part of the 21st century, and
well, I think that what we all see is that, you know, there's tremendous change that's occurring, you know, for not just across the country but across the world. In Brazil, gay people are marrying. In Canada, in Spain. So, I mean, what's happening here is not unusual, particularly. But I think that there are still many people all over the world, and particularly here in the United States and right here in Dade County, who are feeling very dismayed by all of this.
sometimes I have a bad mustache day, just like other people have bad hair days. Anyway, getting back to what we did this week, the Historical Museum of Miami, which is located across the bay, had an aviation exhibit. And invited to the exhibit were some Pan Am stewardesses who were stewardesses in the 60s. Listen to what they have to say about the whole aviation industry and how it was and how it is.
And here I thought it was all coffee, tea, or me.
Although Pan Am has been sort of out of the picture and is finally coming back, all of this time there's been a lot of employees that work for Pan Am, and I always wondered what happened to them.
As you can see, we still save our uniforms, and we come out at these exhibits when they do them occasionally for, you know, aviation history.
But you've been holding all of the people, the alumni, Pan Am alumni, together in an organization.
We have the Pan Am flight attendants are called World Wings International, and we do charitable work throughout the world. Wherever we had bases with Pan Am, we now have chapters, and we support local charities and also Care International.
Guess who I bumped into at an aviation exhibition? An aviator. Her name is Tamara Schiffman, and tell us a little bit about the organization that you fly.
I've been flying now for 23 years, and I fly for an organization called Flying for Awareness, which flies for cancer and for women in aviation. We want to make sure women are known for their flying, and I have just returned from an all-women's air race. It's called the 2011 Air Race Classic.
How many planes are involved?
There's 50 airplanes involved.
Wow.
There's 2 women airplane pilots in each airplane, so it's 100 women flying through the air at one time.
How do you avoid accidents? Do you fly close to each other or far apart or at different levels?
The first airport, everybody's really close together. After that, because all the engines are different and the handicaps are different, you kind of spread out over the area across the United States.
And does it matter who comes in first, second, or third?
Of course it does. Out of 50 airplanes, I came in the middle of the pack, though.
Okay.
Which is good, because if you consider there's only 100 women out there doing this, that's pretty good. Of the pilot population, only 5 to 6% are women, whether they be commercial pilots or general aviation pilots. So there's not too many women who are actually flying.
Is that because there weren't too many opportunities up to now, or just women said that's not, you know, that's not a woman's thing?
There's always been opportunities, but it's always been a man's job. But it's not a man's job. Women can do it also. And a woman in the cockpit is fabulous.
I'm sitting with Joe Gatto, who is one of the best photojournalists on Miami Beach. Joe is really an outstanding filmmaker, and I like his points of view. And so, from time to time, we're going to have a Joe Gatto special film made for Alive on South Beach.
That is one great mustache.
Well, thank
I
you.
tell you.
Let me tell you something. This is a family trait. Everybody in my family is born with a mustache like this.
That is
It's
fantastic.
very hard on the women in my family. But we have a branch of the family. My uncle Natashnu, he and his sons travel around the world and use the art of electrolysis to help the women in our family, at least until they get married.
That's
and then
great.
they're on their own.
Thank you.
Well, we seem to have run out of time, and I want to thank everybody for taking a break from their stressful world to watch us. Don't forget, next week we're going to have a completely new show, and we're going to be broadcasting once again right here from Books and Books on Lincoln Road. This is Stuart Stewart.
And Dina Stewart.
And this is syndicated news Alive on South Beach. Come and join us next week and have a great day.